Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. I have close to 18 plus years of experience working in multiple MNCs around the globe and having in-depth knowledge of DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. So I would like to introduce you one certification program in a DevOps, and that is we call it DevOps Certified Professional. Now this is a 2 months of program, 25 tools of DevOps you will learn, and apart from that you will also get the access to the LMS, lifetime access to the videos portal. It's a certification program, and you will have 25 assignments and 2 projects along with it. It's a completely weekend program, so here you have classes on Saturday and Sunday. So as part of this course, you will learn multiple things. Here you see that you will learn Linux, AWS, Docker, Jira, Confluence, Python, Git with GitHub, SonarQube, Maven, Gradle, Packer, Artifactory, Selenium, JMeter, Ansible, Kubernetes, Helm, Terraform, Jenkins, Datadog, Splunk, and Neuralink. Now, how do we, apply for this? So how can you reach out to us? So you have a WhatsApp number and email ID. So please reach out to us, and we'll help you to onboard this program. Apart from this DevOps certified professional programs, we are offering other certifications as well in a DevSecOps, SRE, and one of the very comprehensive programs which we have is in Master in DevOps Engineering. Yeah, so feel free to get in touch with us and then enroll for it. Thank you.
Okay, so how to create an image, correct? And if you remember the last time what I taught you, I spent some time and created a few containers and then created image. So these are the images I created. No, I think this was created by you guys. This is also created by you guys. So which is what I created. Okay, here is some of the images. I think this you guys created, I guess, correct? Whose image this one?
So DB1 was created by me. The
And
EP1 was
Aparna, I
created.
guess.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, good. So how to create image I told you, but there's only one method if you remember that. I said two method, correct? So this method, the one which I'll talk about little later, okay, because this method is important, and this method is Docker file, and this method the one which you use it existing container. Okay, so before that, the question which I'm having is how to share an image. Okay, now understand that how to share an image. How did you download the image? First of all, from where you download it? All of you, where you down from where you download it?
From Hub, Docker Hub.
Ha. So that terminology we call it. For example, I'll put it in this way, so you will have a memory in for this. So now when I say, hey, you want to go to airport, so simply we say, hey, get a cab, get a car, and go to airport. We don't say Maruti car, or we don't say what do you say, Tata car, or whatever it is, right? So same way, when we say how to share an image, so simply we say registry. This is the typical terminology which we have. How do we share an image? Registry. Now here so many registries are there. Hub is there, hub.docker.com, spelling mistake, docker.com, and then we have Google registry, we have Artifactory. I'll teach you some of the tools here. Nexus, we have so many options we have. So this is how you save it. So no matter what registry you are using, the concept is same. Okay. So what you do, you go to the registry and there you create repository. Okay, repository. Just avoid the spelling mistake. Okay, and then in a repository, by the way, in the Git repository, what it has, tell me. Git repository which is hosted at GitHub, Git topic we have covered, no? Yeah, I think we covered this. So what we have in the repository? Version
Code.
of source code, correct now? Version of source code, correct now? So here in the repository, we have a version of file system, and I hope you remember the file system of image, and this we call it in Docker layer, correct now? So it's like that. So in this session today, I'll be using hub.docker.com for sharing an images. Okay, so that is something which I will do. So how do we get started? So before sharing an image, I have one more method to talk about. So let me use uh, your image only. I don't know how my image is deleted or what. It's okay, no problem. So I will use these are the images. Okay. So let's say if you don't have a registry, so how do we share an image? So easy way is, let me click on directory Rajesh cd Rajesh, and here I have multiple images. So let's say I want to share image. My keyword has some problem actually. Yeah, hopefully it should be okay. So I want to share this image. So what I will do, Docker creating a tarball. Okay, tarball, and tarball when we creating output. So this dot tar. Okay, there's a command problem actually. So here Docker save, not tarball save. Docker save output, and Docker save. This is the image, and output you want in tarball. Hopefully this command is correct. So this will create a tarball, okay, of this image. This image. And you see here, now you know what I'll tell you. If you really want to understand the anatomy of images, layers, and this that, you can tarball extract it and go through that all the file system, and you see understand that. Make initially try to have a very few basic file system, so you don't get lost to the too many file system and all layers. Okay. So now this tarball you can transfer through anyways like file system, file storage or something like that, FTP or shared drive or something like that, and give it to someone else. Let's say I got a tarball. Okay, now I have a tarball. I'm acting like a different person. So let me delete this image because that person will not have this image, no? So I wanted to delete, but the problem here is this image is empowering some containers. So docker ps hyphen a, and I have so many containers which is in exited. So which container is powered by that? Here it is. This is the one. So what I will do, this is up and running. So I'll stop this container, docker stop, and then finally I'll delete. I can delete others also, but right now I don't want to focus on that one. So that is the stuff. Now docker rm and delete that container. So now I can delete that image also. So docker images, docker rmi, and this one. Okay, done. So now I have no images but tarball, correct? So so what to do? So load it, simple. So docker load, this command to load the tarball. Save load. Just remember that save for X, creating a tarball, and load for loading the tarball. So hyphen I and then image name. That's all. So I think size is very small, so it'll take few seconds only. All the layers of this image got loaded, and now if you see the Docker image, all the images you have here, you see, I mean this image. So guys, understood that how do we tarring and stuff like that of image, all of you? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So now coming back to the main point, how do we share an image using registry? So you know what? First thing, you have to register. So I'm sure each one of you have registered at github.com. So why, the question is why you have not registered at this place? Because as a programmer, as a software engineer, you are supposed to register all this popular community website and all, like hub.docker.com, git uh, hub.com, GitLab, Bitbucket, Azure Portal, AWS. All these have a free trial for 30 days or 1 year or whatever it is. Now, this is, you have a lifetime. GitHub is free, Docker Hub is free, Artifact Hub free, many use cases. So, get into that eco space, because that way you will have a better understanding. So, I have already registered. Anyone can register. I'm not going to teach you how to register a website. You guys are better than me in that. So I have an account already, few accounts, and I'm just going to uh, use that. So let me use the DevOps School account, DevOps School account, and then continue. Okay. So password I don't remember though. I'll try. So I've logged into this website. So this is your registry. Okay. Now see that how I am misusing these resources too much. So many, the one which you see, right? All are repositories. Okay. All are, I was supposed to create and delete after the use cases, but I'm not getting time for that. One day I'll do that. Okay, so these are the repository, because these all are waste repository. Okay, so I will create one more repository today. What is the day? Wednesday, and to Fav unique name. So that way he'll not create a problem. So here unlimited, what do you say? Public repository you can create, but only one private repository you can create. Okay, so this is something which you have to do and then create. So understand that here, if I do Docker images, this is also repository. Image is sorry. So image is nothing but a file system. Okay, the name of the image, there is a tagged with the name of the repository. That way you can correlate for time. And I hope that I'll share the recordings after this session of the image discussion. So go through that and play around it, layers, image, and all the stuff like that. So here the my repository, which is hosted at hub.docker.com, is this one. This is a full image name. I mean repository name. And here is this one. So I created a repository. This is an empty repository right now. The one which you see is a private view, and you can see the public view here also. By the way, readme documents, all this thing you can design instruction documents. It's up to you. Okay, so spend some time here also. Look at all these features and all, and get going. So guys, so far so good. Any questions? Any doubts?
No.
Okay, so now the question is what to do. So first I'm going to log into my hub. So guys, when you do Docker login like this, then by default it will go to hub. Why? Because in Docker info, this registry is set actually. I mean, this is a default registry. This is the one. Don't compare the URL actually. This is the API URL for hub.docker. Okay. So this is the API URL. Ultimately log into this place only. Okay. Now, how do we log in? Let's say you want to log into some other registry. So when you log in, so you will have to do something like this: HTTPS uh, a DevOps tool or a registry, something like that. You will have it. DevOps tool.com, something like that. You'll have it. Okay, you can log in. But right now, because it's a built inbuilt, you can change that value also. You can modify that configuration. What was the username? Anyone can help me? What is my username?
DevOps schools.
Wonderful. It's S DevOps schools. I tried to register as a DevOps school, but I did not get it. Someone has taken up, so no problem. Password, and you see here login succeeded. So now I logged in to Hub using command line APIs. Now what to do? Nothing. Push pull. Do you remember that Git, right? Push pull like that. So what I have to do? Push, right? Not pull. So push means, see, this is the push. So name, there is a problem here. The problem is Docker image, this images, Docker image. Okay, this repository name and this repository name must match. There should be sync between it. Okay, that is a constraint, you can say. That's a requirement, you can say. So is it matching? No. So what to do? So I'm going to play out with the tagging functionality. What is the tagging functionality? So here there is a one repository. ID is important. Look at this 40 ending with 40. I'm going to create an alias of that repository. So how do I do that? It's very simple. This is the way, and what is the name of it? Copy and paste it. So tag, this is my source, this is my desire. Now if I do that, and if you see that, look at this very carefully, this image and this image both are coming from the same source ID. So I did not copy, remember that, it just tag it with a different name. Are you understanding, all of you? Aliases, you can say. All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now what to do? Nothing great. To be honest, everything is so simple if you try. So Docker, I log in, I did it, push, and this one. That's all. Enter. And now it's pushing. So now I have shared the image, which you can see that on screen. And now whole world, those who wants my images, they may get it. So my manager, when I gave him a tar ball, he got angry, saying that Rajesh, how can you give a tar ball? But when I give this one, this repository from where not only he can pull it, but everyone else can pull it. It's a public view. I clicked on it, it's loading actually. Huh? So this is the one, and then see anyone who those who wants my images, go. It's a public image. So Docker pull and dub and then Docker run. Do whatever you want. Simple. You should feed all this documentation. So are you understanding, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now how do we share an image? So you know that how do we share an image? So just a second. Next question is, next question, just a second, give me 2 seconds. Going to, mm, yeah. So my screen is visible, right? All of you? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So these are the commands I run. Uh, don't run any command blindly and do that. Okay. So after that, next question is okay. So here I told you how to create an image using existing container. You did it. And then how do we share an image also? We did it. Now, next question is how do we create an image using Dockerfile? So, you know what happened? I gave an image, and here this image, my manager can pull it. Okay. So, my manager can pull it and he can use it. But he was not happy. I checked with him. He was not happy. So, I asked, why you are not happy? So he said, Rajesh, I gave you an image to create, okay, and you created an image and you give it to me through the registry. That's okay. But you know what? I will get frustrated if I ask you to create an image every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes he will ask to create an image. Why? Anyone have idea why he will ask me to create an image every 10 minutes? Anyone? Anyone?
So
Hello.
whatever code we are changing, we need to publish
Mhm.
that. Say,
Correct. Yes. Very simple,
that
no? See, developers, some of you might be acting like a developers also. You'll write a code and we do the release every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, internal release actually. So build basically we call it CI/CD continuous. I'll teach you that concept also. So we do that code change every 10 minutes and we need a build also every 10 minutes. So we need an image also every 10 minutes so we can deploy that image and test it. So is he going to remind me, hey Rajesh, create an image, create an image, create an image? So that will be frustrated for him also and for me also. So then I realized that yeah, that I created an image, but that's not a right approach. So what do we do in this case? In this case, I will write a code actually. So remember that in the world of DevOps, it's all about the coding. There is one question which I get very often. Rajesh, I want to learn DevOps, SRE and all, and but I don't want to do the coding for that. Now it's very odd, I mean, situation for me also because think in this simple logic. We all are software engineers, and if you're not coding, then why you are software engineer? Simple, correct? So in a DevOps concept, everywhere you have to code for it. Okay, everywhere. Now the coding, you may debate like coding depth and all, but you have to code for it. For example, you want to write a CI/CD, you want to code for pipeline coding, YAML, JSON or something. You want to automate uh, infrastructure, then you have to code for in Terraform. You want to automate a deployment process, configuration management process, you have to code for Ansible, Puppet, Chef, or something. If you are, SRE team observability and all, you need to code for monitoring related solutions. So coding is important. Yeah, you may not, I don't know, but you may not write the code for the product, but at least you write a code for CI, CD, infrastructure, monitoring and other stuff. So same way, if you have a Docker image, you need to code for it. So the moment you code for it can run automatically through the Jenkins or other CI tools automatically. Now Jenkins and all those who's not having idea, I think I'll teach you. I need to check the agenda also once again. So how do we code for it? So simple, I will write a Docker file. So what was the base image which I used? From Ubuntu I used that time. Who are you? Maintainer. Okay, what's your name? Rajesh Kumar. DevOps at the rate Rajesh Kumar dot XYZ. Okay, what you wanted to do inside a container. So here run, I wanted to do get apt-get install. No, apt-get update, right? I did it update manually if you remember that. Here I noted down, I guess, somewhere here. See what I did last session. I did it. So here, copy paste. What I also did is install Apache and Git. Okay. So run this one. Whatever manually you did it, you have to put it in the Docker file. One thing you remember that git hyphen y, it's a automated operation, right? So y means yes. So like this, you will write it and create an image. Okay. So same thing which you did manually last time, I am doing through Dockerfile. Base image, author information, and all this thing I did it. Now you say, Rajesh, what exactly this is? So do you remember that in the image you had a multiple layers? You had a multiple layers. Do you remember that? Correct now?
Yes.
Yeah. So guys, please hard code this statement. Okay, I'm not writing it, but remember that each line will create one layer. I repeat, each line this will create one layer. Only Apache will be there in this layer. In this only Git will be there. In this only update is there. In this layer also only the meta information will be there, Rajesh Kumar or something. Okay, so let's say in Ubuntu, which is a base image, you had a three layers. And if I create an image, how many layers I will have it from this Docker file? How many?
5. 7.
Seven. Wonderful. Yes. Remember that. So each line will create one layer plus 4 plus 3. It can be one here, then 5, like that. Understand that? Okay, good. Now, one more statement, please remember that. You know what? Uh, uh, I whatever I did, no, this step, whatever I did using existing container, I created an image and this command I run. So I hope you have done the lab part. So this command I run, I created this image, correct? So this image is I created that created a one layer. That means all this thing, whatever I did in the last demo, I did it in one layer itself. Okay, but here each line will create a one layer actually here. So now you'll say, Rajesh, I want every these details in one layer. What to do? Nothing great. Sorry, that's one layer. That's all. So this is a one layer now. Okay, simple. This
So
is a
Rajesh,
one layer.
what's the
This
difference in having one layer and multiple layer? Like how it will
uh,
impact anything?
no runtime it will not impact anything. Okay, but design time it will impact. Design means say you say Rajesh, I'll give you a simple approach. You have Ubuntu base plus Java plus Tomcat plus your app. Are you comfortable with this?
Yes.
Now be specific. Think about don't think about a Docker. Think about your release plan. It's a 7, it's 8, and it's a 9. Now, if you have everything, just think about it. If you have everything in one layer, okay, then what you need to do when you upgrade anything, let's say here 8, 9, 10, then you have to modify this layer, correct?
If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.